night. We got some cool stuff out on the table today. We do have the TWC Hex from Jacob Gray Firearms. We're going to be talking a lot about that today. I just finished getting edited the unboxing, first shots, all that good stuff with Jacob Gray. We also have the Raptor out on the channel again. Not really the name of the gun, but we kind of have a Frankenstein build today with a tandem cross Cthulhu lower and a Valkortsen competition upper. So very cool gun here. We are going to be running a 1,000 round range review of the Raptor at some point on the channel. So stay tuned for that. And then we do have just kind of a standard M16, M4 vibes clone 223 AR-15 hanging out on the table today. This is out because I actually did, so we filmed the range review for the Zastava M90 yesterday. And I did some comparison to this gun because, you know, full size AR, 223 AK, you know, just kind of giving some recoil and all that good stuff comparison. So Gabby, Mountain Man, Brianna, what's up, everybody? But yes, we do have the Raptor back out. I do need an optic to throw on this. So yeah, need an optic for the Raptor. I kind of screwed up the optic situation with the Jacob Gray Firearm. So I'm going to be hopefully working that out as well. I basically just kind of, I lost a screw. It's totally my fault, but we're going to get a optic on the Hex here at some point, but it actually does look pretty clean, just running irons. I did go ahead and throw the Surefire on. I had to clean the heck out of that Surefire because after the 1,000 round range review of the CZ Customs, it was dirty. But yeah, we got the Jacob Gray TWC Hex is the newest gun on the channel. Very beautiful gun. Like I said, I just finished the first impressions, first shots video. I like the Raptor as a name. I hereby declare the name of the Ruger Mark IV, the Raptor. Yes. Do you have an AK-47 on the set? Not out on the table today. We typically have 3-ish guns out on the table. I do have plenty of AKs in the gun room. I was at a truck stop when that tornado hit. Dang, well, I hope you're safe, Gabby. Landon says, made my day, actually calling it the Raptor. Yeah, I've actually been calling it the Raptor in a bunch of videos too, because like it doesn't have a name, right? Like it's not a, you know, like this is like the TWC Hex, right? Like this is a Frankenstein gun, so it doesn't really have a name. So we're just calling it the Raptor, tandem cross lower, Valkortsen upper, got a beautiful compensator on it, a nice bright fiber optic green sight, blacked out rear, competition trigger, competition bolt. This guy is going to be a lot of fun. So very excited to do the range review on that. 20 bucks and we get a tour. Yeah, if you guys donate to the stream, you will get a tour of the gun room. You can see all the guns your little heart desires. Nice collection, mate. Keep going. Well, thank you. Thick Kobe, what's up? If you guys are just popping on, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know I remember when I sent the idea, and I'm so glad you loved it. How many rounds are through it as it stands? Pay the Snucker, what's up, dude? There are actually zero rounds through the Raptor. We do have about 200 or so rounds through the TWC Hex. Oh, God, I don't even know how many rounds are through this AR. This barrel is actually completely shot out. It is not accurate at all, but that's why I just kind of threw the super safety in it, and now it's just a mag dumper. Pay the Snuckers here. Like and subscribe, everyone. Yes, if you could subscribe to the channel, it would help me out. Hey, like the stream, guys. Below Average Utah Dad is live right now as well. Is that a customized break on the front? So this, if you're talking about the Raptor, this came with the upper. This is a comp from Valkortsen. You know, it came with a little tool. And I'm assuming that little tool is actually how I get this off. But we're going to just leave it on because, you know, why not? What's up, Thick Kobe? Yes. Bruno says, hey, what's up, Bruno? The Jacob Gray TWC Hex does not have a comp, but it does have some very nice ports. You can kind of see that port in the slide there. Watching the stream, how you have a fire. Nice. How's the Master Chief gun for you? Dude, going well. I cleaned it after the first shots. I added the Surefire. I was going to add an optic. I screwed up one of the screws, so I have to beg Jacob Gray for a new screw set situation, which I'm sure they will give me. But that's totally on me. Dropped the ball on that one a little bit. So sorry, guys. We're going to have to rock this with irons for a little bit. Comment one of the giveaway videos And you get entered completely free. Yes, we do have to give away a gun, the Canik TP9 Elite SC. I love the 1911. Always been a sucker for that style handgun. Yeah, this one is just, it's such a good looking gun. I think someone was actually maybe hating on the color scheme at today's earlier live, but I disagree. I think it's very cool. You can get it in all black. You can get it in FTE. It comes in FTE, OD green, and black, and then you could also get a black barrel as well. So if you did really want to tacticalize to your heart's content, you could black out this gun, just not what I wanted for the build. The hex, oh yes. What's the pros of a 9mm versus 45 for the 1911? So for purposes of nomenclature, which is a term I learned in chemistry, we're just going to call this a 2011. 2011 is going to be a 9mm double stack 1911. I would much prefer 9mm to 45. I do have one 45 1911, the Thesis. It's actually back at the factory because it sucks. But 9mm, you're going to have a lighter recoiling round, you're going to have a higher capacity, you're going to have better follow-up shots, and you're going to have cheaper ammo. 45 ACP, you're going to have a heavier hitting round, your capacity is going to suck, and your recoil is also going to suck. A 1911 purist may say you need it to be in 45 because that's the caliber it was made for, but you know, same thing with an AK purist is going to say 7.62 by 39, but I actually really enjoy my 223 AK. I love my 7.62 by 39 as well, but Pay the Snucker says they hate us because they ain't us. Yes, the Master Chief / alligator vibes, Jacob Gray, TWC Hex is incredibly beautiful, incredibly vibey. Where's the third hole? No third hole, but we are running a super safety in this guy that works incredibly well. I do have some random shorts that I filmed at the range of the super safety that will be dropping shortly. And then the tandem cross lower Valkortsen upper Mark 2245 build hanging out on the left-hand side. I do really love the trigger in this. The upper is very beautiful, and the gas pedal and all the good stuff on the other side of the lower are very cool. Actually, the grip on this is really nice too. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize this, but we have double hexagon pattern grips today. It's pretty cool. What do you do with this weapons? I do 1,000-round range reviews. I shoot competitions. I have fun at my house, or I have fun at the range. I protect my house. I defend, you know, our freedom to have guns, typically that sort of thing. I do love the look of the grip on that hex. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's kind of hard to appreciate, but so it does have a pinned grip safety, but the texturing on the back and on the front of this gun is actually really nice too. Definitely allows you to have a very good grip on the system. Favorite weapon light, Landon asks. Definitely going to be the Surefire X300. You may see this in many of my videos on many of my guns. I do only have one of them. But the cool thing is the Surefire X300, this is the A model. You just pull down on those two little tabs, slide it off the gun, and then slide it onto whatever gun you like. Typically, we are going to be running weapon lights on our range reviews just because I want to, I guess. I have not shot anyone, no. What's the difference between that 22 and the Taquito build? It's a different gun. It looks it looks different. So I have the Taquito on the Ruger Mark IV Tactical. This is the Ruger Mark 2245. Just a different gun. The uppers won't fit together. The lowers won't fit together. So it is just a different, almost like a different platform. It looks very similar, but it is very different. Muzzle Broke, what's up, DJ? Manson, thank you for answering. Yeah, I answer all the questions. If you guys do have something you want to ask me or just want to comment, I typically do read and respond to all of the comments, and I'm caught up on the comment section, so go ahead and leave a comment. If you guys are just popping on the stream, welcome to the Muzzle Broke channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel. On the left-hand side of the table, this guy is chambered in 22 LR, which is actually a very fun caliber to shoot. It's a lot of fun at the range. Plinking is a good time, and there's usually plenty of steel at ranges to shoot. So it's a lot of fun. Chillin', brother. You got out my 22, yeah. The Raptor, the tandem cross Cthulhu lower with the Valkortsen compensated upper. I probably do need to throw an optic on this. I do actually have a red muzzle brake from Tandem Cross that I may switch out this compensator for. I'm not quite sure if I want to do that or not. In the middle of the table, we have a 16-inch AR-15 that's kind of built out to be a little M4, M16 cloney. We do have the beautiful quad rail up front with I think this is a Pro Mag vertical grip. I thought fit the vibe of this gun very well. Just kind of running a aluminum metal mag. Mil-spec trigger. We do have the D's Nuts Tactical Super Safety, which is a absolute buttload of fun. This is a X-Tech Tactical Pistol Grip. So Griffin Armament, I actually am a pretty big fan of this muzzle device. I do have this muzzle device on so I can suppress this gun and taper mount attach it, but this is the Griffin Armament War Comp muzzle device is the name of it. It's a, yeah, kind of like compensator, right? And it actually works incredibly well of keeping the gun flat. It is a little concussive, but it's not too bad. And then on the very right-hand side, we have the most well-made, I think, gun in the collection, the Jacob Gray TWC Hex. It is truly a beautiful firearm. It manipulates very well. The action's very smooth. There is absolutely no play between these parts at all. It is very well constructed. And if you really kind of get a look at the details of the gun, very well machined, very well put together. I did try and accentuate that in the unboxing and first shots and specs video of this gun. I filmed, edited, and that will be posted tomorrow, the first shots and the specs of the TWC Hex. So if you want to see the Hex shoot, that video will be dropping tomorrow. Are we going to see you shoot? Not on the live stream. You are actually not allowed to even touch a firearm on a YouTube live stream. But we have them out. We have them displayed nicely. We go through and talk about each one, what we like to see, what we don't like to see, what we hate, what we love, all that good stuff. There's plenty of content of me shooting on the channel. AK Thumb Grips, what's up, man? So AK Thumb Grips, we filmed short with his AK Thumb Grip, and it's actually going to be featured on our 1,000-round range review of the Zastava M90. I will say it actually does really help manipulate the AK. Typically, I'm not one to complain about the kind of subpar ergos of the AK because I just love AKs, but the AK Thumb Grip actually does help you charge the weapon a lot easier. So pretty cool little addition to your AKs. I'm appreciative that we got that sent to the channel because I am actually going to use it. Oh, sweet. Thanks, dude. Yeah, man, no problem. Like I said, it is going to be featured in my 1,000-round range review of the Zastava M90, and that is going to be posted hopefully this week. So we'll get you some more exposure, and then we'll have some shorts on it and stuff. So, yeah, appreciate you sending it out. If you want to send me another one, I'll take it, bro, because I like it. Off topic, but do you hunt? I do hunt. Yeah, do hunt a lot of different hunting styles, that Kobe says. Awesome. Kind of is still on topic. Yeah, you know, we do. The channel is not really focused on hunting at all. But I, you know, typically on the live stream, if I have, like I've shot hogs with this AR before. Don't think I would hunt with the 2011 or the, you know, I actually would hunt with this 22. I will have to say, hunting with the 22 is actually a lot of fun. Typically I bring my Ruger Mark II target whenever I'm like kind of hog hunting, just in case I see like rabbit, squirrel or something, you can blast them with the 22. If I were to hunt with the 22, I would probably hunt with that Ruger Mark IV build with the Taquito suppressor. We could put the suppressor on this gun, but I actually am kind of curious to see how the 22 performs compensated. Obviously, the 22 is a very low muzzle flip, low recoiling round, but I really think this build is going to be ridiculously flat and fast, so I don't really want to take away from that. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I really would appreciate it. We are hopefully going to be putting an optic on the Jacob Gray 2011, but the more that I just have it chill here in iron sights, the more I just actually kind of appreciate the sleek look of this 2011, so I'm not quite sure. Do you have an AR-15 carry handle sight? MF is dope. Yeah, we got the rear carry handle with the sight. You can line that up with the A2 front sight post and get it rocking. What does it feel like to shoot a real gun? Fun. It's not very heavy recoiling. It's nothing super wild like that. Must use gun to protect myself against a small family of bears who like porridge. That's actually really funny you mentioned that because my friend who lives in Nevada, who actually might be moving in with me, he has a brown bear outside of his like apartment right now. He was sending me Snapchats. I know your channel isn't about hunting, but I'm sure we all love to know you more as a person. Also, I love your attitude towards things. Well, thank you, Mr. Landon Lewis. I appreciate that. Yeah, we hunt a lot of small game, hogs. Me and my dad actually went on a black bear hunt once, deer hunting. My favorite is just kind of walk and stalk, just walk through the woods, see what I can find, blast it. You dope. I'll give it to you. Thank you, Jason. Jason is giving me thumbs up. Hey guys, like the stream. I'd appreciate it. And if you could subscribe to the channel, it would mean a lot to me. You ever try bear? Always been interested in all the things Americans put in their bellies. Yeah, my dad, on our black bear hunt, my dad shot one. He got a black bear, killed it with a 300 Win Mag. I did not see a black bear, so I did not kill one because I did not see it. But we ate the black bear meat. It is actually very, very good. It almost tastes a little bit sweet. It is quite possibly the best game meat I've ever had. It's very good. My dad also does a lot of fishing, so I think the coolest meal I've ever had in my life was we had bear and shark steaks on the same plate. So I had black bear and shark steaks. And I was like, well, I feel like this is what a supervillain in a movie would eat, but it was really cool. So yeah, we do quite a bit of hunting, but it's not really posted, I guess, on the channel. But what we do have is a ton of content coming out for the Jacob Gray TWC Hex. It's gonna be really cool. Ever heard of blueberry bear meat? No. I heard the things they eat affect their fat, like blueberries make purple fat and sweeter meat. I don't know enough to refute that. That makes sense. Like you kind of are what you eat in a sense. We really haven't had the old school AR out on the channel much recently, so I felt like this was just a good, to kind of break up the pistol vibes. I did shoot this yesterday a little bit. We have actually not done a 1,000 round range review on this gun. There's actually so many guns that we haven't done 1,000 round range reviews that I have in the collection. But we'll see. I bet my fat tastes like crayons. Eggs here. This guy and his 40 viewers. What's up? Yeah, below average Utah Day. You've been here. I'm jealous. Usually we have like 100 to 200, but that's okay. How much does it cost? This passion. I'm European. I don't understand this. The costs of firearms is all relative to how much you enjoy them. The Jacob Gray TWC Hex MSRP's at $3,500. This AR I actually bought used for $450? Question mark. It has since I probably have like $500 to $600 in upgrades in it since I bought it. The Raptor, the tandem cross lower, Volquartsen upper, I would say estimates maybe around $700, $800, $900 maybe? I don't know. I know you guys can get surplus old war stuff that's pretty cheap. I'm also European. Dude, the surplus stuff is actually ridiculously expensive for what you get. I'm actually a pretty big appreciator of old school guns. I would love some like Bill Serp stuff. I just don't have any because it's like, I'm not gonna buy a Mil Serp gun for like $900 when I could buy like a brand new AR or a brand new handgun. It's actually gonna be like cool. I don't know. Love the old school AR, and if that thing still operates the way it does, being all the way after being beat up, it says a lot about durability. Yeah, this thing has like taken, I do need to replace the barrel. This barrel is shot out. Why is the barrel shot out? Well, I bought the gun used. I've personally probably put, 10,000 rounds through this barrel. We had a FRT we were running in it. We're now running the Super Safety, and I also have a 22 LR conversion kit that I've ran through this barrel as well. So I think between like running the 22, running the FRT, running the Super Safety, and just having it being a used gun, the barrel's just shot out. But like, I don't really care. I just have the Super Safety in it, and we're just burning down the barrel, so screw it. Howdy, what's good? Alaska, Mason, what's up, boys? Would you buy an 8.6 blackout rifle? No. Because I'm not paying for the 8.6 blackout rounds. Now, if someone were to send me an 8.6 blackout, I would graciously accept it. What brand is the upper, or is it all the same? Yeah, dude, this AR is just like completely Frankenstein. The upper, I believe, is a Colt upper, but then I have an aftermarket handguard, the aftermarket carry handle. I have running an Arrow lower, but I've changed out a lot of this stuff, so you can't really buy it like this off the factory. What day is the Canic giveaway? The giveaway gun and the giveaway knife will be announced May 31st, most likely on a live stream, but maybe in a short. I haven't quite decided. I probably will just make it a live because that is typically what makes the most sense to me. I really wish I could figure out how to do this goal thing. If I win, I'll do a backflip. Yeah, I mean, you can enter for free. There's still plenty of time to enter. And if you donate to the channel, for every $1 you donate, you do get an extra entry to win the Canik TP9 Elite SC, which is kind of exciting. Do you have a super safety? Burp, right there, brother. Yes, I do. Like it quite a bit. I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm okay, man. We're hanging out. I just got done filming, editing, and posting. I'm just waiting for YouTube to monetize the video. The unboxing, specs, first thoughts, and first shots with the TWC Hex from Jacob Gray Firearms. So that video will be live tomorrow. It really helps me out when you guys watch my long form videos. So please do that. And plus you get like more in-depth shenanigans of me talking about all these guns. I would buy some entries for the giveaway, but I am just as muzzle broke. That's okay. But I've done my commenting. Hey, it helps. Any Caniks? Yeah, we do have a Canik right here. The Canik TP9 Elite SC, the giveaway gun. I also have the Canik Mate MC9 Prime. What is better, super safety or FRT? Super safeties and FRTs are both incredibly finicky. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they work on this gun, sometimes they don't work on that gun. Sometimes you gotta change the spring, sometimes you don't, I don't know. I bought the Rare Breeds FRT for like 400 bucks. That thing was incredibly finicky, it didn't always work. So for that cost, I would say no, it's not worth it. For the super safety, if it's like 120 bucks and you have the money to blow and you don't really care if it works, then yes. So I would say maybe, I don't know, I only have experience with one super safety and one FRT, and I've liked the super safety better. What quad rail is that? I want something done similar to my carbine. So everyone always asks me what quad rail this is, and I unfortunately don't know. This is one of the only pieces in the collection that I can't give you the name of because I don't know. I bought this, actually, I think my mom or dad bought this for me for my birthday like 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm not quite sure. But if you just Google like quad rail upper or quad rail handguard, you should be able to pop up. Heading out for the night. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Pickles, what's up, bro? I gave you a like. I also saw a short video on a dude who looked like he had a full auto trigger. I don't remember what it was called. Probably a super safety or an FRT like we were running. Good to know, because I was going to buy a Rare Breed FRT. Is the super safety the same thing? All right, I think Landon asked, what's the difference between a super safety and FRT? I'm not going to give you a very educated answer on this, because I don't consider myself a gunsmith. I have no idea. The FRT is going to be a drop-in trigger. Usually the super safety is like a safety addition that you add that's kind of got like this little steel dongle that like does something in the gun. I really don't have a good answer for that. I wish I did. I just don't. I ran the Rare Breeds FRT. The reason I really hated the Rare Breeds FRT is that it was only 2 positions, safe and send it. So when the send it function wasn't working, you basically just have a bolt action AR. With the super safeties, they are typically 3 positions. So it has a safe, a semi, and a send it, which I do really like. Because like, all right, for example, like I didn't necessarily need the FRT yesterday. But you know, it was fun. But anyways, I just wanted to shoot the gun, right? And so if the FRT wasn't working, I would have just been screwed. I was trying to compare the 223 M90 to the, to this gun, just to whatever. And like, it has a semi function you could use if needed. If you guys are just stopping by, make sure you subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I really would appreciate it. We have a beautiful gun on the left-hand side of the table today. This is kind of called, well, it is called the Raptor, and that is sitting on a tandem cross Cthulhu lower and a Volquartsen competition upper. In the center stage, we have a 223 AR-15. It's kind of giving old school M4, M16 vibes, A2 stock, carry handle, A2 front sight post, quad rail. Then on the right-hand side, we have the most well-built gun in the collection, the Jacob Gray Firearms TWC Hex. I totally forgot to mention this in my video, but it was named Handgun of the Year at SHOT Show this year, which is pretty cool. Is it like the old wire coat hanger trick? If you know, you know. I think so, but I am not 100% sure. Makarov. No Makarovs here. But guys, hey, like the stream if you can. It helps me out quite a bit. And then we also have the giveaway gun and the giveaway knife package in the background. The Canik TP9 Elite SC, we are giving away this gun at the end of the month. On May 31st, the winner will be drawn and announced. Egg says hi. ATF is going to be mad when they make... so there are some Glock FRTs that I've been kind of seeing. I'm not quite sure how efficacious they are, is what I will say. But I don't know. I haven't had any experience with them at all. You know, if an FRT or a super safety is running, like this one runs, and it runs very effectively, which I think is a lot of fun. Honestly, I've just kind of had a bad taste put in my mouth with like binary triggers and stuff, because like, I feel like every time I get a binary trigger and I'm trying to work something out, it just like doesn't work, and it makes me really sad, and it's just not a good time. So, you know, some of the FRTs are kind of like binary triggers where like they don't really function very well or very consistently. And some are, like I said, it's just kind of all about what's worth the gamble in your opinion. I am all caught up in the comment section, so if you guys do drop a comment, it will be read and addressed very promptly. This is actually the second live stream of the day. I'm glad I got to do 2 today because I only did 1 yesterday. As stuff hit the fan, you can only grab a few guns quickly. What are you grabbing? Ammo included. Definitely grabbing my Glock 17 Gen 3. I think that would be definitely my sidearm that I would grab, just because of the reliability, the parts availability, the 9mm cartridge. For a rifle, man, I hate to say this gun, but like I think it might be this gun, especially because the the super safety works incredibly well. I think there is some benefit in having super safety capabilities for suppressing fire or, you know, things along those lines. So I may actually say this AR here, and it is chambered at .223, pretty light round. I do really like these Zastava M90. I did the 1,000 round range review for that yesterday. It shoots very nice, but I would almost say the AR is slightly easier to control and with better ergos. In a perfect world, I probably would like to throw an Optic on this if this gun were going to be my choice, and replace the barrel, because like I said earlier, this barrel's like shot out. The accuracy of this barrel is quite horrid. You're not in California? Those are, yeah, the weird pistol grip wing. No, I don't have, no, California's not a place for me. No, only AK-47. I do love my AKs. The Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch may be a good option for me as well, but the range of that with that short barrel is just typically not ideal. And if I kind of would have the Glock 17 Gen 3 for close quarters. So I kind of would want my rifle to reach out a little bit longer. But I don't know, man, I'm really excited for the 1,000 round review of the TWC Hex here. This gun does shoot very, very nice, as it should. It is a ported 2011 style gun, so it does shoot very nice. I'm really curious to run the 1,000 round range review of this gun because allegedly, and this is just maybe from a couple of posts I've seen, this gun is actually able to run longer than a lot of the other 2011s or race guns on the market, which I think would be a great benefit. What buffer, spring, and buffer are you running on the super safety setup? So funny enough, the A2 stock actually comes with its own buffer and buffer spring, and that's what I'm running, and it's worked well with the super safety, so I just haven't messed with it. It was working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not messing with it. We've actually ran a couple of different uppers with this lower as well, and it has still worked adequately. So pleased with the super safety setup in the AR. We're very excited to get the Valkortsen upper tandem cross lower to the range as well. We are going to be doing a 1,000 round range review of this gun as well. 1,000 round range review of a 22 LR makes me slightly nervous, just because with the Taquito suppressor, the 22 suppressor 1,000 round range review, it does, gum up the internals of the gun quite a bit faster because it is a Rimfire cartridge. So hopefully this gun can make it through the 1,000 rounds of 22. We will find out together on the channel. What's the ejection timing? pretty good. Maybe 3 o'clock, if I were to guess. I can't say I've paid too much attention to it. I would say maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock on this guy for the ejection timing. Nothing that I really took note of and was like, oh, it's a weird ejection pattern. I think it's ejecting fairly consistently, fairly well. Out of all 3 of these guns, the Raptor is going to eat everything you throw at it. Man, I hope so. But it's just, I don't know, man. The 22 LRs are going to gum up pretty quick, so we'll see. Again, I don't really know if this is kind of like that CZ75 build that we talked about on the last range review on the channel. Like, I don't really know if this gun's not really meant to be an end of the world gun, right? Like, this gun is kind of like a competition race gun. So, you know, if the performance is incredible, I don't really mind too much if it doesn't run 1,000 rounds. Now, I wouldn't be saying that about a carry gun like the Canik Mate MC9 Prime. I wouldn't be saying that about a Glock clone. I really would expect, and to be honest, require those guns to hit 1,000 rounds. Same thing for any AKs that I get on the channel. I will require, like, those should absolutely hit 1,000 rounds. And if they don't, that's a problem. I'm really curious to see how the Hex does. I really just don't know. Aerostag HBR Chrome Line 6-inch would be a good replacement for that SHTF barrel, gassed perfectly. Yeah, I do really need to get a new barrel. Honestly, I forget about a lot of these projects, and then you guys kind of remind me, and I don't think about them if I'm not actively talking about it. I've got other projects on the channel. You know, we still got to do the 1,000 round for this gun and for that gun, and I still have to edit the 1,000 round for the M90 and the EP9. So, you know, I probably could panhandle a new barrel for this gun, but for my purposes, the barrel is fine at this point because I'm just dumping super safety rounds through it. But yes, any sort of chrome line barrel is phenomenal. Speaking of chrome line barrels, we do have a 18.25 inch chrome line barrel on the Zastava M90, which is kind of cool that it comes from the factory with that chrome line barrel and also with a adjustable gas tube. What's your input on a PSA Dagger frame with complete Glock 19 internals and a full Glock upper slide assembly? I personally hate the Glock frames. They're way too bulky, he says. Before that last part, I was going to say save yourself the extra steps and just buy a Glock 19. I don't know, man. I think when you start to really mess with the Glock platform, you are decreasing the reliability of the Glock. And to me, that is like the biggest selling point to the Glock, right? So if you have an aftermarket frame and some aftermarket internals, or you're trying to, like, you know, do some aftermarket stuff to a Glock, not to say that you can't, and not to say that you can't and it can't run well, but it wouldn't be guaranteed, right? Like, if I were to Frankenstein together a Glock build, which I have done, in order for me to carry that gun or use it as a nightstand gun, I would have to run 1,000, 1,500 rounds through it and not have a single failure. Because if you're going to kind of be messing with the internals, you know, you are decreasing the reliability. I like Glock's reliability. I'm thinking just swapping the frame, absolutely everything on a PSA frame, just the frame, nothing else. I mean, if you really hate the grip that much, if you want to do that, do that. Like, I'm sure it'll run. But I may actually recommend maybe just doing some grip tape and a magwell to the Glock. Typically, if you add a magwell, it helps your pinky placement, helps you grip the gun a little bit better, and you could also get some, like, Talon grips or sticky grips to help with that frame if you really hate the frame. I mean, if you want to run the PSA frame, like, I'm sure it'll be fine. The Nomad 19 is a good aftermarket frame for the Glock 19. If you want a budget option, I got a SCT Glock frame. You could get a completed frame for like $100, which is kind of crazy. Yes, the Gucci Glock. I do like Gucci Glocks. I don't really have a Gucci Glock, I guess. Sorry, I'm taking off my sweatshirt. I'm really struggling. Oh, sorry guys. Okay. I don't really have a Gucci Glock. We do have Diamond, the Cerakoted Glock, if you would consider that a Gucci Glock vibes. I don't know if you would or not. Man, I wish I could set this down, but I can't. Sorry, this is shaky for a second. All right, got my sweatshirt off. Mark 18, Mod 1. I do love me some Daniel Defense stuff. I do love some Mark 18s. This is kind of just like my full-size AR. It's kind of like an M16, M4 clone vibe. I guess it does kind of look like maybe a little bit Daniel Defense-y with the quad rail. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, please subscribe to the Muzzle Bro channel. I really would appreciate it. Every subscribe does really mean a lot to me, and it helps out the channel quite a bit. I've re-stippled my Glock frame 4 times. It completely ruined it. Somehow it still works, but it's flimsy as F. Yeah, 4 times, brother. That's tough. Cyro's Garden, what's up, man? We have the Jacob Gray TWC Hex. I believe this actually may be the most well-built and also the most expensive firearm on the channel. We do have the unboxing, specs, first impressions, and first shots video dropping tomorrow, which is pretty exciting. We have my 16-inch AR-15, kind of old school vibes, clone with the A2 stock, carry handle, quad rail up front. We are running a super safety in this bad boy, which is a ton of fun. And then we have the Raptor, the Valkortsen upper, and the tandem cross lower 22 Mark 22-45 build. Very excited to get this to the range and put it through its paces as well. I got an M&P. They put sandpaper on their grips. Yeah, the M&P grips are usually stippled pretty well. Yeah, I don't know. That's my thing with the Glock grips. I don't hate it. I actually think I'm running a rubber Talon grip on my Glock 17. And it does a pretty good job. It just, what am I trying to say? Sending a Glock frame to get stippled is a good idea. It's just very expensive, and it's like I'm not going to... Like, all the Glock aftermarket services are cool, but they just get so ridiculously expensive that, like, you probably should just buy a different gun at that point. I would love to do a Gucci Glock build. I think my perfect Gucci Glock build would be like a Glock 45 with a Radian Ramjet, a Terran Tactical, what's it called? Magwell, some sort of aftermarket trigger, you know, but you know, again, all that crap is going to cost like $2,000. So it's like, dude, just buy like a nice 2011 at that point. I don't really, because you are actually decreasing the reliability of the Glock quite a bit when you kind of do all that aftermarket stuff. What's up with the Springfield 1911? That was First Shot Tacticals. I just stole it from him, and we were filming at the range. What's your Gucci AR build? It's a 300 blackout, 10.5 build, a lot of Griffin armament upgrade. There's actually a ton of upgrades on that AR, thinking again. I think I posted a long form video, maybe 3 or 4 videos ago. What am I saying? I posted a long form video on my kind of Gucci AR a couple of videos ago that goes incredibly in depth on every single piece part that I have on that gun build. This is kind of my rough and tumble super safety AR build. You know, not that it couldn't be a viable option. I mean, I do have a weapon light on it. I have sights on it, right? It runs well, it runs efficiently. It's not like a Gucci AR, but it's cool. The Gucci AR build is up on a long form video on the channel. We go through everything in incredible detail. We are working on upgrading the Jacob Gray TWC Hex here on the right-hand side of the table. I so far have slopped a Surefire X300 on it. I screwed up the screws for the RMR plate that came with the gun, so I have to beg for those. But once I get those, we'll probably put an optic of some sorts on this. And then the Raptor over here with the tandem cross lower, the Valkortsen compensated upper with one of their competition bolt. We are probably going to maybe throw the Fiachi red dot on this. That just seems like a crime because that optic is not the best. I need a better job. I want a Hex now. Dude, it's pretty cool. I am actually a really big fan of the barrel on this, the rose gold barrel. I didn't even request that, so we just kind of got lucky, because if I would have got the black barrel, I think I would have been sad. Nice slippers, bro. Yeah, the Uggs are beat to hell, but they're still here. Can I tip you when I get paid for a gun room tour today? It sounds a lot like welfare, and we don't do that here on the channel. Nice, Cyro's Garden says. Yeah, the TWC Hex is pretty dope. I can't believe I forgot to mention this in my long form video, but it was actually named Handgun of the Year at SHOT Show 2025. So your boy Muzzlebroke has got the Handgun of the Year. Look at me go, guys. Isn't that cool? And just to think, 6 months ago, I was just a little normie with no free guns. Still off topic, but I really like your rug. You know, this is not the first I like your rug comment I've gotten. We used to get that a lot more early on in the live stream days, but thank you. It's a nice rug. My ex-girlfriend picked it out to match the couch. Yeah, we actually encourage getting off topic here on the Muzzle Broke live streams because it's more fun. You know, of course, the guns are fun, but I like to get off topic and talk about random garbage all the time. So if you guys are just popping onto the stream, please subscribe to the Muzzle Broke channel. I really would appreciate it. We have plenty of content absolutely all the time. We are going to be dropping at least 2 shorts a day for the next week or so. And then we're going to have actually hopefully 2 long form videos drop this week. One is dropping tomorrow on the TWC Hex. It's going to be an unboxing, specs, first impressions, and first shots with the gun. And then the other video is probably going to be the 1,000 round range review of the Zastava M90 5.56 AK. What knife is that? This is from Utica Knives. It's from Utica Knives. It's one of their survival knives. It actually comes with a sheath and fire starter with some paracord. You can actually win this knife along with the gun. This is the channel's current giveaway package. The Canik TP9 Elite SC and the Utica Knives survival knife will be given away on May 31st. So make sure you get your entries in now, ladies and gentlemen. There is still plenty of time to enter, but you do have to be subscribed to the channel to win. If you win and you're not subscribed, too bad. You don't get it, so you must be subscribed to the channel. But yeah, man, there's gonna be a ton of content on the EP9, the M90, the TWC Hex, on the Raptor. I think those are the newest guns out on the channel as of now. Hopefully we will have more in the near future. Justin's asking, how do you enter to win TP9 Elite SC and the Utica Knives survival knife? You have to comment on any of the videos that are featuring the Utica Knives survival knife or the Canik TP9 Elite SC, and you get a free entry per video you comment on. If you want extra entries, you can donate to the channel. For every $1 you donate, you will get an extra entry. So we have plenty of people that donate to the channel all the time, and they always get extra entries, which I do really appreciate because all of the money you guys donate to the channel basically pays for the range reviews. 1,000 round range reviews are not cheap, unfortunately. I'm not far from Utica. Nice, Blake. But nice, thanks, sir. Yeah, man, but it is free to enter, so just comment if you want your free entries. But, you know, of course, if you donate to the channel, I appreciate it. Is this the only giveaway that you plan on doing? No, man, this is the 3rd or 4th giveaway we've done here on the channel. And definitely will not be the last. So, you know, I don't really have the next giveaway planned yet, but it might be another Utica Knives knife. I enjoy the knife giveaways. They're fun. They're cool. Kind of hurts my soul to give away a gun, but Ashton Cade sponsored this. You know, so we're giving away the Canik TP9 Elite SC. There are no firearm sales on the channel. The overlords get quite mad when we talk pricing, so get out of here. Work for your guns. Yeah, that's true. But we do have the Jacob Gray TWC Hex, very well-made, well-machined, very tight tolerances, 2011 vibes here on the right-hand side. Comes with 17 round mags. I would like to get some sort of extension so we could rock some 21 rounders, but we'll see. We got the kind of old school AR-15 vibes in the center of the table. And on the left-hand side, we do have the Raptor, tandem cross, Cthulhu lower, and a Volquartsen compensated upper with one of their competition bolts as well. I want a picture of a PB on the wall one time. Yes, when you donate to the channel, you get your name up on the chalk wall, the hashtag Save Insanoland chalk wall. Very fun. You can see some folks that have donated to the channel up there. Pretty cool. I want to see, hold on. Good morning, Vietnam. Fortune Son starts playing. Yes. I am taking optic recommendations for the Jacob Gray TWC Hex. I need an optic on that. And we also need an optic on the Raptor as well. Is that a decanter? Landon Lewis asks. Yeah, it is. It is a decanter. I actually have not poured whiskey in there in quite some time, but I have actually not been drinking a ton. You could try the O-Sight. Oh, is that an Uzi decanter? No, there was vodka in that. You could still see where it was. Yeah, you can. It's all still, you can see the erase marks. You could try the O-Sight. I guess I have to, I guess I could panhandle for an O-Sight. I hate panhandling. Like if I'm gonna panhandle for a gun, not like some sight that may or may not explode. Is that rifle the M4 RIS? No, it's just Frankenstein AR-15 that we got. Still pretty cool though. I enjoy it quite a bit. So guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. Every subscribe that I get, I get more YouTube clout, I guess. And then we can get cooler stuff on the channel. Looks like a good optic, but I haven't seen anyone test them like you would. Yeah, I remember your luck with optics. Yeah, pay the snucker. My luck with optics, actually, I screwed up the optics screws and plate for this gun already, which is totally my fault. So yeah, I don't know, man. I hate optics to an extent. They really irritate me. They never seem to work for me. And I also I'm not gonna lie, it is not worth my time to do a 1,000-round range review on an optic. Just not. I'll test optics. I'll feature them on the channel. I'll give you my overall opinion, but I am always going to prefer iron sights to an optic because they actually the iron sights are always going to work, and my optics somehow always break. You do shoot faster with a dot. There are good dots on the market, but Trijicon is not going to send me a RMR or, so whatever. Try the Sealy, whatever the hell, Cap Pro. Again, I probably need to panhandle to Sealy and O-Sight. Actually, I'm going to write that down right now. CYE and O-Sight. All right, I'll send some panhandle emails tomorrow for Sealy and O-Sight, see if I can't panhandle an optic. I'm thinking about buying a Frenzy S for my toy gun. Is Frenzy S a good optic? If it's a toy, doesn't matter. Sealy ain't bad. Pay the Snucka says. The other thing that I think is kind of criminal is to put a $100 optic on a $3,500 gun. So I may just raw dog the range review with irons because I feel like no matter what optic I put on here, someone's going to be like, I can't believe you put that dog crap optic on this super expensive 2011. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I know. Sorry, I don't have an expensive optic. And then I'm going to get in trouble. And so I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on if I should be running an optic for the 1,000-round range review of this or just kind of keep it. I think it does look super clean like this. So I don't know. Y'all let me know if you want me to run an optic on the 1,000-round range review for this, because I personally do not have a preference. Doesn't matter to me. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, welcome to the Muzzle Broke channel. I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe to the channel. We have plenty of content all the time. We're doing a gun giveaway right now. We drop shorts and live streams multiple times a day and long forms. We got everything. If it works, it works. Doesn't matter the price. That's Patriot Arms. That is my thought for sure. But as I'm sure you know on the internet, there are many a hater. The only thing you should put on the Hex is the HoloSun EPS carry. I don't have the HoloSun EPS carry. HoloSun won't send me anything. So we'll see. Maybe I'll try and panhandle to Sealy and O-Sight and get one of their optics in and just kind of go from there. We will do our best to panhandle one. But if you guys are just popping on the stream, I hope we have some newbies here. I know I love my OG live squad, but it's always fun when we get some new live stream members too. But we got the Master Chief Halo edition of the Jacob Gray Hex TWC. I'm just kidding, but it does kind of look like the Master Chief edition or the Alligator edition, whichever you would prefer. Is the slide already optics cut? Yeah, and it did come with an optics plate. I was trying to put on an optic and I kind of screwed it up, which it was my fault. I take responsibility, so now I got to get new screw thingies. Oh, I know. People love to hate, but you can't please everyone, so just be yourself. Yeah, man, that's the plan. But I actually do kind of enjoy this gun without irons, without optics. So we'll see. We also had the Raptor, the Tandem Cross lower, the Volkortsen upper. I do my best to pronounce things correctly, although I do not always succeed. So bear with me if I screw up the pronunciation of something because, ESL, English is my second language. But yeah, man, if you guys are just popping on, welcome to the Muzzle Bro channel. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Make sure you get your entries in to win the free gun, because who doesn't want a free gun? Make sure you guys are getting, hey, turn your notifications on. Do it. Because you want to get the notifications when I drop all the awesome long form videos. We're dropping a long form video on this bad boy tomorrow. It's the first impressions and first shots. So make sure you peep that. I will see you guys on tomorrow's live stream. Please subscribe.